2024 is almost over, and that is kind of scary to think about because where did this year go? It just makes me think that time is fleeting. What are we all here for? What does this mean? Everything is going by way too quickly. Are we just tiny little blips in the history of the universe? But on a less existential crisis note, 2024 brought us a lot of good music. There were so many good albums this year. So I thought to celebrate a year in good music, I would go through my top 5 favorite albums of 2024. Listen, I know that this list is very opinionated and having opinions on the internet is illegal. People can't do that. This is just my experience this year and the things that I listened to and the things that resonated with me. This is the Groovy Ghost standard, and look at the standard, bro. I'm sitting here in a Spider-Man outfit.
Big step up, yeah, mate.
I'm not saying that I'm some sort of professional music critic by any means. I'm not a professional in any sort of way. So if your favorite is not on this list, I'm sure that they're great and grand. They just did not resonate with me the same way that it did with you, and that's okay because differences is what makes the world go around. Or I just didn't listen to it, either one. So without further ado, starting at number 5, I am going to go with Chaos Angel by Maya Hawke. I know Maya Hawke, being the daughter of Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman, she does get the Nepo baby allegations. And sure, having uber famous parents does help when launching a music career, but I do think that Maya Hawke has found her own within the music world. I don't think her success is purely because of nepotism. If anything, I do think she is underrated, at least in her music career. Acting wise, I mean, she's on Stranger Things, and that is about as mainstream as you can get. In a good way. Mainstream doesn't mean bad, by the way. Stranger Things is like one of my favorite shows. It's back there. Robin is one of my favorite characters. But I feel like this kind of like sad, poetic girl vibe is something really, really popular, like with Gracie Abrams and Phoebe Bridgers and even Taylor Swift to some degree. I just don't know why so many people are sleeping on Maya Hawke. And Chaos Angel was a really enjoyable album. And so I know that I'm practically nobody, but this is my way of trying to get more people to listen to this album. It's like so poetic. It's literally just poetry with music. It's so fun to just sit and go through the lyrics and try to pick out what she was trying to say, and there's some really deep messages behind those songs. And if you watch this channel and you know me to any sort of capacity, you know that I love when I can just sit and analyze music in that sort of way. So number 5, Chaos Angel. Number 4, I know that one of my friends is going to be really, really happy about this. Kylie, this is for you. My number 4 pick is From Zero by Linkin Park. Now, I've always been aware of Linkin Park. I mean, I'm not sure if you can go through this world without at least hearing of Linkin Park at least once. But here recently, I've really gotten into them, probably because my friend is super into them, and then by proxy, I've just gotten more into them because of her. But From Zero really stood out to me this year because I think it's a perfect way to come back and be seen again, because Linkin Park, after their lead singer unfortunately passed away, they kind of went off the grid for a while. It's always a difficult question when you lose a member. Like, what are you going to do? What is this band going to look like? Do we continue? And then trying to find another member of the band is a whole other scenario that is difficult to handle. But overall, with this album, I think Linkin Park did that really, really well. The songs are just so powerful and so Linkin Park, but also something new. And they're so catchy, they get stuck in my head constantly. As for Emily herself, I think that is a great way to handle going about getting another singer. Because she is so different from Chester, you don't really feel like she's replacing him in any way. It's just something different. It's just something new. When you listen to the album, it is still so Linkin Park. It's just with a new element. So I think that they're moving on in a respectful, good way, and I enjoyed this album, so it's number 4. At number 3, we have Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. And this is where you're going to accuse me of being mainstream and basic. Listen, shut up. I don't want to hear it. Shh, 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 shh. It was a good album, and you can say that popular artists are good. It's not going to kill you. You're not going to melt, I promise. Much like 21 Pilots, I'm kind of now currently in debt to Sabrina Carpenter because somehow Google watched my album review of Short and Sweet and they used a part of that audio in their YouTube short for a year in search, which is crazy, insane. It felt new, it felt fresh. So there's a little Groovy Ghost cameo for you, and it's all because of Sabrina Carpenter, so I owe it to you, homegirl. But Short and Sweet, I want to say it made me more of a pop fan. It gives me hope for the future of pop music because there for a while we were so down and out. It was just so bad to be in the pop sphere. Everything just felt like so soulless and not happy, and just like you just made this to be a radio hit and I know it and I don't like it. Who's talking to me right now? I think artists like Sabrina Carpenter and Chappell Roan are making pop music fun again, and I've really enjoyed witnessing that. Short and Sweet is just a fun album. I think it's like the perfect summer album that you can just put on like while you're next to a pool or something and just feel like happy and summery and cool. I feel myself when I want to be in a happy mood, I just keep going back to this album. So Short and Sweet is number 3. We're getting into the big leagues here, boys, the final 2. Number 2 on my list is Hit Me Hard and Soft by Billie Eilish. Listen, the top 2 I've been going back and forth on so much, and they probably are interchangeable, but whatever, I had to make decisions. I had to be decisive. Hit Me Hard and Soft could absolutely be my favorite album of 2024, and my favorite album just like in general. It's definitely up there. Billie Eilish is just incredible. She has always been incredible. It's crazy to see someone my age just achieve so much success and be so wildly talented. It feels like I am nothing in comparison and probably wildly behind, and I'll never amount to anything. I understand Billie Eilish is like one of the biggest pop stars out there right now, and for good reason. Her voice is just incredible. She's my favorite singer. I think I've said this before on this channel. Billie Eilish is my favorite voice. 21 Pilots is my favorite band, but as far as singers go, it's Billie for sure. And I think so many people want to put Billie Eilish in a box and make her seem like she's predictable or she always does the same things. And Hit Me Hard and Soft just broke whatever we thought Billie Eilish was previously. This album took me to so many different places, and it was fun to see her have fun with it and just explore the sounds, explore what she was doing vocally. And man, y'all, did she sing on this album. Some of the things that she was doing vocally on this album are just incredible. Like, I know why they released an album that was just entirely isolated vocals, because the singing on this album is insane. And had I been probably judging this more objectively instead of just my own personal biases, this would probably be number 1. In my opinion, it would get the Grammy for Album of the Year. Now we're on to number 1, numero uno, my favorite album of 2024. I don't think anybody's gonna be surprised by this if you watch my channel. But my favorite album of 2024 has to be Clancy by 21 Pilots. Yes, I know, the 21 Pilots, the two boys from Ohio, I know. 21 Pilots is not a band to be held back by genre. They are always exploring, they are always looking for new sounds, and I really liked what they did with Clancy. I appreciate that they are a band that doesn't want to be held back, that doesn't want to be defined by anything. And it was really, really cool after the Skeleton Icy flop that 21 Pilots still have that drive to want to do stuff like that. And it was even fun with songs like Lavish to just put that out there and see where that goes. And I'm really glad that that was well received. It's a fun song, and it's cool to see 21 Pilots have fun, even though most of their songs are about like depression and anxiety. If you're familiar with 21 Pilots discography, which I feel like most of my subscribers are, I feel like this is like the perfect love child of Blurryface and Trench, which is probably why the colors are red and yellow. And those have been favorite albums of mine, so the fact that we have like a little hybrid baby of both was just super fun to listen to. I love that Clancy had like the power and punch of Trench, but the polish of Blurryface. The punk sound in Next Semester was just really, really cool. The lore that this album had was just super insane. It was really, really fun to sit and try to figure that out. If you notice, if it's an album that I have to think about and dissect and really analyze, it's probably one of my favorites. But the storyline told in Clancy was just super fascinating. I love how much of a storyteller Tyler Joseph is. Outside of the album itself, I went on Clancy tour and I had so much fun meeting all my friends, so I feel like that is tied into it as well. And, you know, it's my favorite band. Everyone's expecting it. Everybody knows what's gonna happen, so Clancy at number 1. So there you go. There was my top albums of 2024. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe to join the Groovy Graveyard. And I want you to comment what was your favorite albums of 2024. Christmas just happened. If you don't want to talk about music, you could tell me about a sick gift you got on Christmas. I got the Josh Dun shorts twice. Both of my parents, who are divorced, so they didn't really link up, got me the Josh Dun shorts. The Clancy shorts. Clorts, if you will. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the next one.